Hi everybody, welcome to the video surprise of the day. Today's video surprise is on 10 used car buying tips. So I'm going to share my experience when I purchased a used car, and I have quite a few of them in the past, and also some mistakes I made as well in purchasing a used car. Before you get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon when we notify new videos, and I really appreciate a thumbs up. Thank you very much in advance. Today I'm going to show you some buying tips and mistakes that I learned from purchasing and using my wife's car as a demo in this case. Hopefully this helps you out. So the first thing you want to do is actually research the vehicle you want to buy. Say if you want to buy a Toyota Highlander, you definitely want to look at the Highlander, the different models on the Highlander in particular. Look at the gas mileage. What kind of safety record does the Highlander have? Does it fit your needs ahead of time? And see what kind of options you want in particular. So you just go out and buy it. So you know those ahead of time. That will help your buying process and also save you headaches and time. Look at CARFAX if you're looking for accidents. Look at Car Guru's Auto Trader for pricing, besides KBB as well too. Okay, so know your budget is the next item you want to look at. So know how much you can afford, so don't go over that. So you're gonna know this before you go into the dealership, how much you want to spend, not just payments per month, because the dealerships could extend your term. You're going to be paying longer for the same vehicle. So next item is CPO doesn't guarantee perfect car. You may still have mechanical problems. A lot of times it is covered under warranty, but you are paying like $2,000 to $3,000 more for that particular vehicle, and you may get a rental car, and a lot of wear and tear aren't covered in the warranty as well. Okay, number 4, perform a visual inspection on the vehicle on site. So make sure you go visit the dealer to do on site if you're really interested in that vehicle and it fits your needs. Make sure you look for everything, if possible. Look for the vehicle exterior, interior, under the car, front bumper, back bumper, the hood, the engine bay, the sunroof. Make sure you check everything out before really considering the vehicle. So that's something that you want to look at. Number 5, most used cars are not refundable, and they don't have a clause that you can return it unless you pay extra money for that in particular. And a lot of times some of the websites returning a vehicle maybe more difficult than purchasing as well too. So to keep that, do everything carefully. Look for paint mismatches and damage. So a lot of times if a car's been in an accident or something and they're going to repaint it, colors won't match, or there's a different shade off or something like that. So that's something to note. One thing I want to emphasize a lot, especially damages in the front of the vehicle, is a very important thing to note. Damages in the front not only affects the safety, but it also affects the mechanical function of the vehicle. So that, to linger and cause bigger bills in the future. So always look for newer components that are replaced. So it may be a different color, or maybe say one side is different. Maybe the lights, like headlights, one of them are a little bit more frosted, another one's not. That may be a sign. Or the grills may be new somehow compared to the other part of the car, which is really old. Look for things like that. The aging of the plastic on the engine compartment as well too. So maybe some things are shifted, maybe the screws are some rusted or something. Look at the hood as well too. So if the hood was replaced, for example, right? So you may be like, some of the labels are not going to be there on the hood. It might be a giveaway that the car has been in an accident, and you definitely don't want to buy a vehicle with an accident in the front of the vehicle, especially because a lot of the main components are in the front. So just keep that in mind. The next thing you want to look at is actually look at the tires as well too. Okay, also inspect the tires. If it's not brand new, you can see the wear. The wear of the tires actually could tell you the car has an alignment problem or anything like that in particular. It also could be an indicator of other issues with the suspension. Okay, here's one that kind of bit me before. So on a pre-owned CPO is definitely you should do a body panel inspection. How does that really work, you say? So a lot of times when you replace the panel or get it painted, and they're gonna mask off the car. So that's the part that it's gonna feel a little bit rough or is non-glossy a lot of times. So that's a giveaway that the body panels has been repainted or replaced and got repainted, but they didn't do a good job or something. But either way, chances are you're gonna feel some masking tape on the edges over there. So, and you just run your hand around that channel and you can probably feel it, or it could be like, you know, very light. You know, you could feel it. There's overspray and stuff like that, and then you can notice that. So very simple to tell. Always check the body panels and the gaps and such, because you know, if the lines don't match, it could be some work done on the vehicle. You don't want to find out. So over here you can see that the lines are very straight in this particular vehicle, so there's no lines to indicate this vehicle has been an accident just by looking at it. So it's a nice vehicle, and CARFAX is going to show everything. Keep that in mind, so don't just take that with a grain of salt before going in. You want to definitely look around the different sides, the doors, the fenders, you know, the front of the vehicle, the back of the vehicle, under the vehicle as well too. So you can put your finger in there as well too. Make sure everything is nice and lined, the doors closed correctly. There's no issues closing the door. There's issues closing the door, the car maybe have been in an accident before, that's why. And let's take a look at the inside of the vehicle as well over here. So also check for abuse and on the vehicle, besides wear and tear. In this case, it's like abuse. You know, if you got a lot of different marks like this, definitely a vehicle is not worth considering. So you know, there's no perfect vehicle in a used car, so there's always a wear and tear. You know, even though you don't see it the day you buy it, after you purchase it, you might regret that. So keep that in mind. Check for unpleasant smells. Maybe it's a moldy smell or smoke smell, or you know, animal smell. So those are very hard to get rid of as well too. So moldy smell could indicate maybe the car has been in the flood. Smoke smell is very costly to get rid of, but you're not going to get 100% get rid of the smoke smell, which I still have a little bit in this vehicle as well too. Okay, here we're going to look for anything that's non-functional. See if you run through the radio, make sure it works. Run through the navigation, see if it works. Press some buttons like the hazard light, you know, the left turn signal, the right turn signal, the headlights, all the common functionalities, and make sure it works. Know the expiration of the warranty. The manufacturer warranty is probably better than any aftermarket warranty. So you know, any defect in particular, you do want to go through the manufacturer warranty. So if you buy a CPO like a Lexus, you got the 4 years and 2 more years for the CPO. So you got 6 years of warranty, which makes a very good protection just in case something goes wrong. But wear and tear is never covered as well too. So look at it thoroughly on the vehicle. Look at the doors. You know, look at everything seems, you know, is working. Make sure you can open the door with the handles, they do work, and the power windows work, because those could be costly bills in the future if you didn't find it, right? So wear and tear, a lot of times the warranties aren't covered, so read that warranty very carefully. So, and also if it's a CPO vehicle, make sure you check the CPO warranty if there's one included. Please don't be afraid to negotiate or walk away if the price or some of the features are not included in the vehicle. Don't get talking to buying a vehicle that you don't like, or you don't want, or it doesn't fit your needs. That's a very common issue, because some slick salesperson could talk you into getting the vehicle just because of the price or the particular look. So definitely don't fall in love with the vehicle. Notice that used cars aren't going to be perfect, so don't expect it to be perfect. So always expect, you know, there are going to be some things here and there to repair or touch up. The paint's not going to be 100% perfect, for example. Maybe some scratches here and there, door dings as well too. So that's something that would be common for used vehicles, but you definitely do save some dollars and cents as well too. Next thing is do a PPI inspection, pre-purchase with a trusted mechanic. So pre-purchase inspection with a mechanic, make sure he looks over everything. It's anywhere from $35 to $50 depending on how much you want to look at, and some places it may be a little bit higher as well too. So if they have a lift, they lift up the car and look under the vehicle. Somebody could take out the tires and look at the brakes. Maybe you can look at the engine oil, make a look at the transmission. You know, a lot of different components in the vehicle. Usually a trusted mechanic that's been wear experience could probably tell you a lot of different things about the vehicle. And you know, check out the filters as well. The engine filters in the front, by the way, in this particular vehicle. And you know, test all the lights out. You know, test the pollen. Check out the pollen filter, for example, and see if it ever been changed. You know, look at the fluids, the brake fluid, you know, the radiator fluid, you know, different things to look at before you purchase. And a lot of times it's better to have a mechanic to go over that because they're more experienced, because they deal a lot more cars than most people typically do. So that's my suggestion. So that's near the final stage. If everything comes back good, you know, and you're pretty sure it's going to be good, you know, you also do a little ahead of time research on your credit score, how much the credit unions will offer interest rate if you intend to get a loan. Keep in mind, there's special rates. A lot of people that come from the military, so you can get a better rate. One of the things I do want to point out, if you look at the vehicle, make sure you look at the front of the vehicle, especially the engine bay, very thoroughly, because you know, had an accident or something in the front of the engine bay, you know, the components are misaligned, or you know, things are not right. That could be a very costly repair. I just couldn't emphasize that enough. So make sure you look everything carefully, and also you can remove the engine cover, you know, as easily as just lifting it as well too. So with this particular one, it just lifting it up, you know, to remove the engine cover. So check it out, all the different components underneath. So if everything is really good and 100%, your mechanic gave you a clean bill of health, definitely you want to talk to them and closing a deal, see if you can set a negotiated price. And you know, a lot of times, you know, make sure you get the 2 keys, for example, as well too, for example. And the keys are very expensive in most of the vehicles nowadays, and it takes a lot of money to make the keys for that particular vehicle, especially with the new safety features in the keys. And you know, that's something to note. If there are manuals or something you want it with the vehicle, make sure that's included as well too, and make sure all the paperwork is done carefully, and you know, all the correct signature, the name, the address, and you know, everything else is there before you walk out the door, because you know, a lot of times, you know, mistakes do occur. So that's, pay attention carefully for all the details. And you know, congratulations, after that, you know, you got the vehicle. So in my case, things I learned in purchasing a used vehicle is, like, one of the vehicles have a fender got repainted, the bumper got repainted, car is probably involved in an accident. I don't know how big or minor. This one didn't have any accident that I noticed. Also a good idea to bring another person to a second pair of eyes to look at a used vehicle before purchasing, just in case you miss anything particular that might be critical. Okay, that's the video. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button, and also please leave a comment if you help others so that other people could see this video as well too. And I'll see you next time. Bye.